Hello teacher and hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to our presentation. My name is Vantey and my partner is ChaiYuth. Today I'm very excited to be here and do a presentation for you guys. So before I get started, I would like to bring you to the content first. We divided into 8 parts. My part that I'm going to talk about are economic impact, employment opportunities, growth in income, and increase in foreign exchange. And ChaiYuth's part are infrastructure development, seasonal unemployment, and the use of facilities and shortage of services. So without further delay, let's get started. And I would like to start with the introduction first. So, what are the impact of tourism? Tourism can impact people and places in different ways. They can have both positive and negative impacts with only one destination. There are 3 main points that we will talk about in this chapter. The impacts can be widely grouped into 3 classifications such as economic, socio-cultural, and environmental. So, since I have done talking about the introduction part, I would like to move everyone's attention to the first part of the chapter, which is economic impact. Tourism can bring both beneficial and negative impacts at the same time. The beneficial impacts include employment opportunities, growth in income, increase in foreign exchange, development of infrastructure and facility. As well as the negative impacts include economic disadvantages such as seasonal unemployment and underuse of facility. There can also be a shortage of service such as water supply due to competition with tourists. So let's move to the employment opportunity part. So let's talk about the meaning of employment. What does it mean? Employment is the responsibility or benefits of a job agreed by the employer and employee at the time of hiring. Usually, they work for a wage of salary in cash or in kind. Employment in the tourism industry is a part of service in the economic sector. Because of the growth of tourism, the increase in the number of tourism-related jobs has led. There are so many opportunities which the tourism industry offers for employment, including workers in the hotel, transportation, souvenir shops, and tour agencies. Travel agents, tour guides, hotel staff, waiter and waitress are the most popular jobs which are connected to the tourism industry. For example, whenever tourists take off from the airport, they always call or book a taxi in order to take them to their destination. According to the UNWTO in 2012, they estimated that the tourism industry employs over 235 million people worldwide. So we already talked about the employment opportunities, so I will move to the next part, which is growth in income. Before I get started, I would like to ask you guys a question first. What is tourism receipts? It refers to the money received from tourist spending and create a big amount of income for many countries. Growth in tourism can lead to growth in income to both individuals and countries. For example, the fishermen on Pamilacan Island in the Philippines, whenever the local tour companies hire fishermen to take domestic and international tourists on their boat to look for and swim with whale sharks and dolphins, the fishermen are paid between $80 to $100 per boat for their services, which is a significant amount for an average Filipino fisherman. Likewise, tour companies will experience an increase in income, as well as the overall increase in income for the country through taxes collected from the fishermen and tour companies. So let's move to the next part, which is increase in foreign exchange. What is the definition of foreign exchange? Foreign exchange refers to the money that is earned from other countries in exchange for goods and services. Foreign exchange earned from the spending of international travelers play a big role in a country's economy. Many countries that receive a large number of tourists also receive tourism business investment from other countries. For example, Singapore plays host to many international hotel chains such as Intercontinental, which invest in building and furnishing hotels and resorts, as well as training staff at tourist destinations. Because these hotels operate in Singapore, they exchange their own currency to purchase Singapore dollar in order to make their investment. This increased the demand for Singapore dollars. The tourism industry gives income directly and indirectly to the government. The government collects income directly from tax on tourists like the airport tax and from income tax on employment of tourists related business. Besides, the indirect source of government income from tourists are tax placed on goods and services which are supplied to tourists, including the local currency, which increase the foreign exchange of the host country. So now that my part is done, I would like my teammate Chai-Yuth to continue this presentation.
Hello everyone, it's such an honor for me to representation about my part to everyone in the class and including teacher and also vulnerable. So my part is about infrastructure of development. So what is infrastructure of development? Yes, infrastructure of development is the construction of transport and communication network, electrical frameworks, and system for water and waste disposal. Example of infrastructure include transportation system, communication network, seaway, water, and electric systems. Projects related to infrastructure improvements may be funded publicly, privately, or through public-private partnerships. Without sufficient infrastructure and appropriate facilities such as airport, road, electricity, and hotels, tourism cannot develop and would not be able to operate on a large scale. So here are the examples. So the first picture is about train infrastructure. So mass rapid transit, we call MRT subway system, is the best option for tourism. Why? Because this underground network has lines that stretch across the entire city. However, once you are in desired neighborhood, walking in is your best option. MRT also operate bus route and that can get you just about anywhere on the island. So the picture number 2 is about Beijing National Stadium at Beijing in China. So this is called the Bird Nest Stadium, located in the Olympic Green. The stadium is a home to a shopping center and play host to concert and athletic events. Why is it important? Beijing National Stadium was built for the Beijing 2008 Summer Olympic. It is the largest stadium in Beijing and staged the opening and closing ceremony of the Beijing 2008 Olympic and the football final. The National Stadium was intended to be a museum of New China, expected to be visited by millions of tourists and showcased through an array of media representation. In spite of the lack of significant event, the stadium appeared to be quite profitable, drawing some 20,000 to 30,000 people a day at the price of 50 yuan admission. In 2010, it was used as a snow theme park. The venue cost approximately 9 million to maintain per year. Source from the Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. And the next picture is about the sewage treatment plant for liquid waste. A seaway treatment plant for liquid waste under control by waste management type, which goal is to keep river, lakes, and ocean clean. Wastewater collection system filter out harmful substances in water before returning into the natural body of water. And the last picture is electricity pylon to transmit the power. So it is the movement of electrical energy from a generating site such as a power plant to an electrical substation. The interconnected lines which facilitate this movement are known as a transmission network, which have produced electricity to entire country. So developing infrastructure also create employment for local worker. This is because many workers are needed during the construction process. Local material may be used in constructing infrastructure, hence boosting local industry. So the increased spending in local economy encourages economic growth. The second part is about seasonal unemployment. Some countries may have experienced seasonal unemployment because certain tourist activities depend on climate conditions. In tourist areas, seasonal unemployment could be a big problem because work is only available for a few months a year. So here is the example. This is the picture of the Alps in Europe during winter. So this picture is on the winter season because of the snow in the picture, like you see. I don't know where is that place, but I will bring the city of Sapporo in Japan as an example. During winter, the city receives a large number of visitors from December to February. Many visitors who go during that time plan to engage a winter sport such as skiing and snowboarding. Mountain ski resort operator will need to employ more people during winter to cater to the high tourist demand. And on the other hand, this is the picture of the Alps in Europe during the summer. So in summer season, tourist area might not work well. People won't come to enjoy skiing on summer season, so which means many people employed in the tourism industry may have to find other source income. Some workers may return to other jobs such as farming or move away temporarily until the next tourist season. Here is another example. Is about rice harvest. So in our country has 2 rice crop in a year. So the major monsoon long cycle planting season falls in late May through July. For the heavy rains, rice shoots are transplanted during summer months through September. The main harvest occurs 6 months later in December. The picture shows that all these pictures are rice harvesting in the rate of the rice growth. So a lot of people are employed in the rice harvest season. And the next picture is about the crops are growing and people just let it grow by itself, and only a few people are on duty to protect it from the insect or cow or something like that. Like some people are finding new job in other province and some have their own business. Yes. So this is the part 3 of underuse of facilities. So what is that? It means use something too little, which means the facility might be underused when the event is over. When this happens, this facility can be costly to maintain. Money from tourists normally pay for the cost of maintaining such facilities, Hence, some of these facilities may become neglected when there are a few tourists. So here are the examples. In the book, some of venues built specifically for the 2008 Summer Olympic Games in Beijing, China were reported to be deteriorating a few years after the Olympic. Some had to be renovated to become more profitable, some are under construction, some will be abandoned. And one more example is a part of Beijing National Aquatic Center had been renovated into a water park in August 2010. According to a Beijing Sports University report in 2011, and only 1/3 of major sport venues in China have managed to break even. This means they only made enough money to cover the maintenance cost every year. So the last part is about short-take service. So tourist infrastructure may require the use of large amount of land, water, and power. This could lead to a shortage of service such as water supplies or power in non-tourist areas. The potential effect of tourism development on resource allocation are shown in this picture. So the first picture is refer to the large amount of water are required to water the grass on golf course and field swimming pool, and drinking water from nearby residents could be diverted to meet the need of tourist infrastructure. The last example is large amount of electricity are required to power tourist facilities. So locals can be suffer from a shortage of water or power when they cannot afford to pay as much as the tourists. So that's it for my presentation. I hope you learned something from us. Thank you.